Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I'm coming to you live from Garvey Park in Boston, Massachusetts. Here to bring you some Thursday night baseball. Just as the sun is setting right off to our left here, we're going to be playing some baseball under the lights tonight. I'm pretty excited. I hope you are too. As today's contest pits the hosting Dragons of Boston Latin Academy against the visiting Brookline High Warriors. Should be a good one, should be a fun one, and should be a unique one. Like I said, we got this very late starting time, which is likely going to be a little bit later than scheduled, as the scheduled start time is about 4 minutes away. And, well, as you can see, the teams are still kind of warming up. So we're not likely to get an exact 7 p.m. start, but, I mean, that's kind of been the norm this season in terms of games starting on time. And it should be a pretty unique one in that we're, like I said, we're going to be playing until the sun's gone and the stadium lights are going to be put on. So that should create a pretty unique atmosphere. And then, of course, we're playing on a turf field here. And a turf field where they had to bring out the bases and put them on. As you can see, they've got like these little painted squares at different spots for softball and for baseball. So unique kind of field here at Garvey Park. Also, no outfield fences. So it's going to be interesting if someone manages to blast one into the outfield, what's going to happen. You know, it's sort of like, for those of you baseball history nerds, sort of like the old days of Fenway before they brought in the Green Monster. It used to just be a hill out there in left field that you could hit the ball over and the outfielder could chase after it. Might be the same situation here. I don't know. And for Brookline, it should be an interesting matchup. They are coming off a hard-fought loss to a very talented Braintree High squad that they visited for a road matchup on Monday. Those of you following my streams, you know what that game was like. Very hard-fought, great defensive outing for most of the game for Brookline, catalyzed by the efforts of first-time starting pitcher Nico Hart, who went 4 2/3 innings, only giving up 3 runs, 2 of them earned, in a pretty strong showing, but unfortunately he wound up with the loss as Brookline fell to Braintree 5-1. So Brookline comes into this with a record of 4-10 before that game against Braintree. As actually that was yesterday. My brain is all scrambled. Monday was the Framingham game, which Brookline actually won, which at the time was their second straight win after defeating Madison Park pretty handily. So their record stands at 4-10. Get it today. What? They go and get after it today. We need to win. There you go. Sorry about that. As we await the start of this contest, for right now, let's take a look at the starting lineups for our two teams here today. We'll start with the home team, the Boston Latin Academy Dragons. Leading off for Boston Latin, the catcher, number 10, Jack Shapiro. Batting second, the pitcher, number 5, Orlando Giacino. Batting third, the right fielder, number 13, Brennan Shapiro. Batting fourth, the first baseman, number 17, Mike Hampton. Batting fifth, the second baseman, number 11, Eddie Brodney. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, number 12, Robbie Ricard. Batting seventh, the left fielder, number 9, Ryan Shields. Batting eighth, the center fielder, number 2, Drew Isberg. Batting ninth, the shortstop, number 15, Theo Daner. And just playing the field for Boston Latin today, the third baseman, number 18, Callum Burns. So that is the starting lineup for Boston Latin Academy today. Jack Shapiro behind the plate, Giacino on the mound, Brennan Shapiro in right, Hampton at first, Brodney at second, Ricard the DH, Shields in left, Isberg in center, Daner at short, and Burns at third. So now, as it looks like we'll be getting this underway sooner than I thought, let's go through the starting lineup for the visiting Brookline High Warriors. Leading off for Brookline today, the third baseman, number 5, Keenan Sawada. Batting second, the first baseman and co-captain, number 10, Eli Rothman. Batting third, the left fielder, number 7, Daniel Pancho Villa. Batting fourth, the center fielder, number 18, Matt Richardson. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, number 24, Connor Jernigan. Batting sixth, the right fielder, number 20, Harrison Siegel. Batting seventh and taking the mound for Brookline today, the co-captain, number 6, Jack Martell. Batting eighth, the second baseman, number 8, Nady Kessler. Batting ninth, the catcher, number 1, Ben Doctoroff. And just playing the field, 1 second. Oh no, I'm an independent freelancer, so Brookline's hired me. Thank you. And lastly, just playing defense for Brookline today, the shortstop, number 15, Leander Gosling. So that is your starting lineup for Brookline today. Sawada at third, Rothman at first, Villa in left, Richardson in center, Jernigan the DH, Siegel in right, Martell on the mound, Kessler at second, Doctoroff behind the plate, and Gosling at short. Looks like we are just about ready to get this one underway. Again, my name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, coming to you live from Garvey Park in Boston, Massachusetts, for today's high school baseball contest between the hosting Boston Latin Academy Dragons and the visiting Brookline High Warriors. If you enjoyed this broadcast, make sure to hit that like button, and make sure to subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all my upcoming live streams. I got more Brookline High athletics action tomorrow in the volleyball gym, as Brookline High boys volleyball will be hosting Cambridge Ringe tomorrow evening. Be sure to stay tuned for that. And of course, if there's anything you'd like to say, you know, as always, say it in the live chat. Looks like we're just about ready to get underway. I think they're having some people move back. The outfield lines aren't particularly well defined out here at Garvey, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens if somebody launches one. But for now, Orlando Jacino on the mound for Boston Latin. Keenan Sawada at the plate for Brookline. First pitch, and there's contact right at the second baseman. Fielded and thrown to first for out number 1. Getting the action going immediately as Sawada grounds out to second to start off the top of the first inning. Now at the plate, the first baseman, number 10, Eli Rothman. First pitch catches the corner on the curve for strike 1. Rothman hoping to bounce back from a tough game against Braintree yesterday. He went 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts, more than doubled his strikeout total for the season with that one, as he takes this one low for ball 1. So usually he's a guy that can reliably get the bat on the ball, but yesterday against Braintree pitcher Jordan Gorham, he produced 3 of Brookline's 15 total strikeouts as he makes hard contact there, but right at the third baseman, fielded well by Burns and thrown to first for out number 2. So he did, in fact, put the bat on the ball that time, and it was pretty good contact, just happened to be right at a fielder. So just like that, 2 down here in the top of the first. Now at the plate for Brookline, the left fielder, number 7, Daniel Pancho Villa. And it looks like they're trying to get more people to move back out in left field, I think. Again, it's tough when you don't have like any fences to properly define where the outfield begins and ends. Especially, you know, in a public park like this where anyone can just show up. First pitch to Villa is low for ball 1. Villa so far this season, 7 for 31 with 5 walks, 3 steals, 3 RBI, and a team-leading 8 runs scored, as this one skips in the dirt for ball 2. So for those of you math nerds, he's got a slash line of 226, 333, 226. And he now faces a 2-0 count against Jacino, as that one's in the zone for strike 1. Two-one pitch, and it's fouled off to the backstop for strike 2. We've had 2 quick outs to start this top of the first inning off a couple of ground outs to the infield. Now Villa trying to make some noise here with 2 outs. The 2-2 pitch comes in low for ball 3. So a full count now. Jacino sets. Payoff pitch. Hard contact from Villa right into left for a clean single. Villa gets the first base hit of the day with 2 outs and puts a runner at first for the Brookline center fielder, number 18, Matt Richardson. Villa leading off from first. Big chance to steal. Jacino pausing, holding. And now a timeout called. This is sort of the mind games you play when you got a runner on first at the high school level. You know, you take long stances before throwing the pitch to throw off the timing of his break for second. Now the pitch, big swing and a miss for strike 1 to Richardson. Richardson, over the past couple weeks, has really exploded as one of Brookline's best hitters. He currently leads the team in batting average with 400 and on-base percentage with 520. And even his slugging percentage is very respectable at 450. He's batting 8 for 20 with a double, 4 walks, 4 steals, 5 runs scored, and 3 RBI. 0-1 pitch, makes contact, a grounder over to third. This is going to be a long throw to first. Oh, they beat him out. Good arm from Callum Burns from the hot corner. And that will end the top of the first inning. We head into the bottom of the first now. And due up for Boston Latin Academy, it'll be Jack Shapiro, Orlando Jacino, and Brennan Shapiro. Jack Martell taking the mound for the Warriors as clouds are kind of rolling in the distance. Almost looking a little foggy out there. It'll be interesting to see how that potentially impacts the game as we go, as things are likely to get dark. We are approaching, the sun is setting off to our left, and so we are set to play under the lights here at Garvey Park. But it's going to be interesting to see what these clouds do here, as folks probably remember how cloudy it was yesterday out in Braintree, and how the game actually got brighter as it went along, which is not usually how cloudiness works, or not usually how light and darkness works. It's not supposed to get brighter as you get further into the PM. Brookline huddling around their starting pitcher, Jack Martell, as he takes the mound for his 6th pitching appearance and 4th start of the season. He now leads the team in game starts with this one. He's got a 1-2 record. He's thrown 19.1 total innings, given up 18 runs, 12 of them earned on 21 hits, 8 walks, 2 hit by pitches, and a team-leading 18 strikeouts. He's got a 4.34 ERA, a 1.5 whip, and 6.52 strikeouts per 7 innings. First pitch to Jack Shapiro is in there for strike 1. Second one, strike 2. Fog definitely rolling in here at Garvey. Didn't expect that, but we are near the water, so 0-2 pitch misses well outside for ball 1. Now the 1-2 pitch. Misses outside, ball 2. Martell trying to get him to chase to the outside, but Shapiro's not biting. He gets a piece of it. Defensive swing, fouls it off to the backstop to stay alive at 2-2. Now the 2-2 again. And again, fouled off. Jack Shapiro giving him a battle as the fog getting thicker here at Garvey. Looking like we're in a horror movie out here. And there's a swing and a miss, strike 3. First K of the day for Martell. Like I said, he leads the team in strikeouts and averages about 6.5 strikeouts through 7 innings. As now coming to the plate is his opponent on the other side of the mound, number 5, Orlando Jacino. First pitch in there for strike 1. Second pitch comes in low, ball 1. This one also comes in low for ball 2. One of the things to watch for with a guy like Martell is at times he can look absolutely unstoppable and dominant, as this one misses outside for ball 3. But then, you know, one bad inning and it can all go to pieces. 3-1 pitch in there for strike 2. So now a full count to Jacino as more planes fly overhead and we can't see him through the fog. Payoff pitch comes in high, and that's going to be ball 4. So a strikeout and a walk. No balls put in play as of yet. Now coming to the plate for Boston Latin, the right fielder, number 13, Brennan Shapiro. Jacino leading off from first. He's got a big lead, and Martell's going to throw back just to keep him honest there. First pitch, Jacino takes off, pitches in for a strike. Throw down to second is not going to be in time. So now a runner in scoring position here with 1 out in the bottom of the first inning, as Boston Latin trying to be the first team on the board. First pitch, or second pitch, and that one misses just outside for ball 1 to Brennan Shapiro. That one also misses outside. Now this pitch is cracked out to center field. Richardson tracking it, and he's got it. Jacino tags, runs to third, and Gosling couldn't cleanly collect the cutoff throw. Hard to say if he would have beaten him there anyhow, but that is going to be out number 2. So 2 outs, a runner at third now, and up comes the cleanup hitter and first baseman, number 17, Mike Hampton. Jacino taking a huge lead off from third, but Martell ignores him and throws the pitch. It misses low for ball 1. That one misses just outside for ball 2. Pressure situation for both Martell and Doctoroff. If anything gets past the catcher, you know, it's a short space to the backstop, but it still could potentially be a run. That one misses outside for ball 3. Martell favoring the outside corner early in this one, but having a little trouble hitting it. And now a throw to third. Oh, and it got away from Sawada! In comes Jacino for the first run of the game. Deep breath, Jack. Here we go now. Deep breath. You and the hitter. It was a good idea by Martell to go for the pickoff. Jacino was taking huge leads, as that's going to be ball 4. And it's going to be a 4-pitch walk for Hampton. And now at the plate, the second baseman, number 11, Eddie Brodney. First pitch, and he skies it, is going to stay in play, It's being tracked by a number of players. Gosling calls for it and hauls it in. Almost lost in the fog there, but he does make the catch. And that's going to end the bottom of the first inning. So through one, the score here at a foggy Garvey Park. Boston Latin Academy 1, Brookline 0. Due up for Brookline will be the 5, 6, 7 hitters, Jernigan, Siegel, and Martell.
Early, no dropping, no dropping.
Orlando Giacino returns to the mound for Boston Latin Academy, having added to his own cause, scoring on a throwing error to give BLA the 1-0 lead over Brookline. Leading off for the Warriors, the designated hitter, number 24, Connor Jernigan. First pitch curves in there for strike one. Jernigan leads Brookline with 6 RBIs so far this season. He is 8 for 31 with a double, 2 walks, and a run scored as well, as he takes that one high for ball 1. So again, for those of you doing the math, he's got a slash line of 258, 303, and 290. And a big swing, but missed it all for strike 2. Now the 1-2 pitch. And catches him with the curve, strike 3. Jernigan thought it was going to come in high, but then it dipped, and he adjusted too late. Couldn't get the bat on the ball. Now at the plate, the right fielder, number 20, Harrison Siegel. First pitch, and he makes contact, and that's going to go through the left gap for a single. Siegel adds to his team-leading mark in hits. As for him, that is hit number 12 on the season. He is now 12 for 32 on the year. Now at the plate, hoping to add to his own cause, the pitcher, number 6, Jack Martell. First pitch, big swing and a miss. Siegel, a delayed steal takeoff, and he's going to slide in as the fielders sort of came in late to cover, and the ball skipped away. That was just some miscommunication on their part, but regardless, that is going to be a successful steal for Harrison Siegel. Mark that as just Siegel's second stolen base of the season, as the stadium lights are officially on. A runner now at second for Brookline with 1 out, and we're now going to have a meeting at the mound between Shapiro and Giacino. A very quick meeting as they're going right back. Count is 0-1 to the pitcher, Jack Martell. Potential tying run in scoring position for Brookline. That pitch catches the outside corner for strike 2. Jacino, an interesting kind of wind-up as he's looking behind him to check on Siegel over at second. And now we've got a timeout called. Once again, we got the mind games going. That long pause before throwing the pitch when there's a runner on base. Now the 0-2, and Martell cracks this one deep to left. Left fielder on his horse, back, and he's under it for the catch, but Siegel is going to take off for third. This is actually going to be close. No, it isn't. The throw is off the mark.
Nice job. Way to do your job, Six. Way to do your job.
An absolute blast out to left by Martell. Not far enough, but it does put a runner at third. And with 2 down and the tying run 90 feet from the plate, up comes the second baseman, number 8, Nady Kessler. First pitch comes in high, gets away from the catcher for a second, but not far enough for a potential play. That's ball 1. I mentioned last half inning, there's a very small gap here at this park between home and the backstop, so even a wild pitch, hard to say what would happen, as this one also misses for ball 2. Kessler so far this season 1 for 9 with a walk, a hit by pitch, and a run scored. Swing and a miss, strike 1. So Kessler hoping for his first RBI of the year. If he can get a base hit. He missed it, and that one misses outside for ball 3. A 3-1 count to Kessler. Siegel standing at third. 2 down here in the top of the second. And a defensive kind of swing there. He might have just been caught chasing. One of those where you start swinging and you're like, oh, shoot, shouldn't have done that, but you still got to follow through anyway. Full count now to Kessler. Payoff pitch. Misses wildly, and that short backstop saves Boston Latin from giving up a run as Siegel was thinking about it, but decided against it after a favorable bounce went right back to Shapiro. Now at the plate with runners on the corners and 2 down, the catcher, number 1, Ben Doktorov. Kessler leading off from first, Siegel at third. First pitch, Kessler takes off, and the pitch is in there for a strike, and they don't even make a throw as Shapiro juggled it. Runners now at second and third, and for all we know, that juggle by Shapiro might have helped, because if he tried to make a throw down to second and that got away, a potential run for Siegel. But now Doktorov is going to have to do it as he swings and sends it up the first baseline foul for strike 2. Doktorov in an 0-2 hole. Doktorov 1 for 13 so far this season. He's got 5 walks and 3 runs scored. But if he's going to drive in a run here, he needs to collect his second base hit of the season. 0-2 pitch. That one misses high. A lot of Boston Latin fielders thought that was strike 3. Thanks in part to a good framing job by Jack Shapiro. But the ump wasn't biting on it. Ball 1. One-two pitch. That one comes in low for ball 2. So Doktorov not biting on these pitches outside the zone. He's now worked it to a 2-2 count. Now he makes contact. It's a high bouncer, fielded cleanly by the second baseman, and tossed to first for out number 3. Not enough juice on that grounder to get it through the gap, and instead that's going to leave 2 runners stranded in the top of the second. As we head to the bottom of the second, the score remains Boston Latin Academy 1, Brookline 0. And, you know, that's always tough in the early game. Your opponent gets a runner to third, and they bring him in, or, well, he at least comes in on an error. Then you get a runner to third, and you also get a runner to second, and nobody comes in. That's just rough. Due up for Boston Latin will be Ricard, Shields, and Isberg, the 6, 7, 8 hitters. Martell back on the mound. Leading off here in the bottom of the second for Boston Latin Academy will be the designated hitter, number 12, Robbie Ricard. First pitch in there for strike 1. That one just low for ball 1. That one in there for strike 2. One and 2 the count. Swing and a miss, caught him chasing low. And they're going to say Doctoroff caught it cleanly. He doesn't have to throw to first. There was a bit of a question for a second there. But that'll mark the second straight leadoff strikeout for Martell. Now with 1 out, up comes the left fielder, number 9, Ryan Shields. First pitch in there for strike 1. Next pitch is low for ball 1. And he gets a piece of that one, but doesn't go anywhere. That'll be strike 2. Now the 1-2. Swing and a miss. No, he got a piece of it. Shields just manages to get a piece of that one and avoid the strikeout. Stays alive at 1 and 2. Another 1-2 pitch. That one just misses. Ball 2. Shields was not biting on that outside curve. Now the 2-2 pitch. And he gets a piece of it again, sends it to the backstop to stay alive. This time catches him with the high heat. Strike 3. All those curves dancing around the corners of the zone, and then he just sends a fastball to the moon and Shields chases on it. 2 down on strikes, and now up comes the center fielder, number 2, Drew Isberg. First pitch, and he gets a piece of it for strike 1.
Nice job, 6.
This one swung on and missed, catches him chasing high, and that'll be strike 2. Strike 3. 3 pitches, 3 strikes, gets him with the high heat again, striking out the side. Martell rebounds nicely from a shaky first inning where he surrendered 2 walks and a run. This time, just puts them all down on strikes. Now, can Brookline carry that momentum into their offense is the big question as they still trail after 2 innings. Boston Latin with the lead, 1-0. It'll be the top of the order due up for Brookline in the top of the 3rd. Sawada, Rothman, and Villa coming back to the plate. All 3 of those hitters put the bat on the ball in the 3rd inning, but only one of them put it in a spot to get a base hit. We'll see what they do this inning. Orlando Chacino back on the mound for his 3rd inning of work. Leading off for Brookline, the 3rd baseman, number 5, Keenan Sawada. First pitch, and he makes contact. That's going out to left, but right to the left fielder. Hung in the air just a little too long. That'll be out number 1. Sawada swings on the first pitch both times at the plate. Both times makes solid contact, but just not in the right spot. Now at the plate, the first baseman, number 10, Eli Rothman. First pitch skips in the dirt for ball 1. Rothman, his last time up, he hit the ball well, but right at the 3rd baseman for a ground out. That pitch catches the high corner for strike 1. Now he makes contact right to center field, and that's going to drop in front of the center fielder for a base hit. Rothman rebounding nicely from yesterday's game. He's put the bat on the ball both times and now has a base hit. He now stands at first. Up to the plate comes the left fielder, number 7, Daniel Pancho Villa. Rothman, a big threat to steal in this situation, as they immediately throw back to first to check on him, and he dives back easily. Rothman actually leads the team in steals this season with 5 so far. As this first pitch comes into the zone for strike 1 to Villa. Villa, his last time up, he hit a single to left, but was ultimately stranded at first. He's hoping to get on base again and move Rothman along. As Jacino steps off the rubber. Still an 0-1 count. And that pitch curves in nicely for strike 2. Villa didn't know where that one was going, but it dropped right into the zone. Now an 0-2 count. Pitch comes in high for ball 1. Now a 1-2 count to Villa. This pitch misses low and away for ball 2. Jacino checks on Rothman at first. He's got a big lead. 2-2 pitch and swung on and missed. Fooled him with the curve on that one. And Villa goes down on strikes. Now at the plate, the center fielder, number 18, Matt Richardson. Same situation Richardson was facing last time in the first inning. Runner at first with 2 down. Last time he grounded out to third. He'll be hoping for a better result this time. First pitch, and he skies it out to left. Left fielder on his horse going back, near the trees, and he hauls it in, tripping over the shrubbery as he does. Wait, what are they saying? Oh, they're saying are they saying that's beyond the limits of where the outfielder can go? Are they giving him a double? Is that what's happening? I'm so confused. That is what's happening. They're giving Richardson a double. So I guess score that as a double to left, and for the second straight inning, Brookline puts runners at second and third with 2 down. Now at the plate, the designated hitter, number 24, Connor Jernigan. First pitch comes in low for ball 1. You know, like I said before the game, with no fences, the rules are just a little weird. There's definitely been like 1 or 2 balls going out deep to left where I was like, man, if this place had fences, maybe those are gone. But on that one, they actually say, no, technically it was out of play for a double, as this one misses outside for ball 2. Jernigan went down on strikes to lead off the second inning his last time up. But now in this situation, he's hoping to add to his team-leading RBI mark with runners at second and third and 2 down. That pitch catches the high corner for strike 1. It's one of the tough things about a tall guy like Jernigan is he's got a slightly higher up strike zone. Two 2-1 pitch, and it's fouled to the backstop, strike 2. Clean swing from Jernigan, but he got underneath it. Now 2-2 the count. Runners at second and third, 2 down. Big pitch upcoming. And it skips in the dirt, or in the turf, I should say. Ball 3. Eli Rothman standing at third, the potential game-tying run. Matt Richardson at second, the potential go-ahead run. Jernigan at the plate with a full count and 2 outs. Timeout called. Jacino sets. Payoff pitch. And he hits a high bouncer over to third, juggled by Burns. He recovers, throws to first, and gets there in time.
Don't worry about it, 24. Way to make contact.
Brookline almost got a big break there, but ultimately it ends as another 5-3 ground out. For the second straight inning, they strand runners at second and third. And as we head into the bottom of the third inning, they still trail Boston Latin 1-0. It'll be the 9-1-2 hitters due up for Boston Latin. That'll be Theo Daner, and then Jack Shapiro, and then the pitcher, Orlando Jacino. Martell back out on the mound for his third inning of work after a very dominant bottom of the second inning. 3 straight strikeouts. So the warm-ups conclude, and now leading off for the Dragons, the shortstop, number 15, Theo Daner. First pitch skips in the turf for ball 1. This one, it sounded like he got a piece of it, but maybe he just whiffed. Maybe I'm just hearing things. Strike 1 either way. That pitch comes in low for ball 2. Martell's got to be careful. He surrendered 2 walks in the first inning, and that ended with a run scored for Boston Latin. Swing and a miss. Quickly gets back to a 2-strike count. And I can't believe you missed that one. That was in the corner for strike 3. OBS Studio not being my friend on that pitch. But take my word for it, that was a strike 3 called on the low inside corner to Theo Daner. Now with 1 down, we cycle back around to the top of the order. And first pitch in there for strike 1 to the catcher, number 10, Jack Shapiro. Shapiro, his last time up, he led off the first inning with a strikeout, and now he fouls one over into the street for strike 2. 0-2 the count. Pitch skips in the turf for ball 1. That one comes in low, and Shapiro manages to check his swing for ball 2. 2-2 the count. And he fouls this one to stay alive. Boy, that's one of those ones where all of a sudden mentally you're going, wait, where did I park on the street? 2-2 pitch again. Strike 3 again, catches him on the outside corner.
Nice job, Jack.
5 straight strikeouts for Jack Martell. Dating back to the second inning. Now at the plate, the pitcher, number 5, Orlando Giacino. First pitch comes in low for ball 1. Giacino, his last time up, he drew a 1-out walk, stole second, advanced to third on a flyout, and then came in on a throwing error when Martell attempted to pick him off at third. That one comes in low as well for ball 2. This is a guy you don't want on the base paths, as Brookline well knows from his last time up. But now he's got a 3-0 count as Martell's struggling to keep his pitches up. They keep coming in low. Giacino showing bunt, pulls back, and the pitch comes in low for ball 4. A 4-pitch walk to Giacino. And again, he gets a free pass. Now at the plate, the right fielder, number 13, Brennan Shapiro. Last time up, Shapiro flew out to center field, advanced Giacino to third on that play. Now up with 2 down and a runner at first as the first pitch comes in low for ball 1. Martell's got to refine the zone if he's going to get out of this inning. Runner taking off. Pitch comes in low. Ball 2. Throw down to second. Oh, would have been a close play, but just too difficult a bounce for Gosling to collect for the tag. And that'll be another successful steal for Giacino. Runner now at second. 2 down. 2-0 the count to Brennan Shapiro. That pitch in there for strike 1.
Here we go, 6. Here we go, 6. Go, Jack.
That's his first strike thrown in 7 pitches. As he's trying to bounce back and get out of this inning. 2-1, and this one comes in high for ball 3. Three 3-1 pitch in there for strike 2. Shapiro thought he had ball 4, but that one just manages to catch the corner and fill the count at 3-2. Martell checks on Giacino at second. Checks again, payoff pitch, reaches out and bloops one. Sawada backtracking, and he's got it for out number 3.
Nice job, Jack. All right, H, stay back now. Stay back.
So Martell handles the pressure of Giacino getting into scoring position again. This time just leaves him stranded. We are through 3 here at Garvey Park. The score, Boston Latin Academy 1, Brookline 0. It'll be the 6, 7, 8 hitters due up for Brookline: Harrison Siegel, Jack Martell, and Nady Kessler. Jacino returning to the mound for the Dragons. He and Martell engaged in a bit of a pitcher's duel through the first 3 innings. The only runs so far coming in on an errant pickoff attempt. And if you take that one bad throw away, this is a scoreless ball game. Leading off for Brookline, the right fielder, number 20, Harrison Siegel. First pitch, curves in for strike 1. Siegel, his last time up, he got a single through the left gap, stole second, advanced to third on a flyout, but was stranded 90 feet from the plate. A 1 pitch. This one drops into the turf for ball 1. That's one of those pitches where, like, if there's a runner on base, then you've just advanced. But you're perfectly fine having one of those pitches to lead off an inning. No damage done, just a simple ball 1. Siegel, good contact again, and that's going to drop, and the left fielder is not going to collect it. Siegel's going to go for extra bases. Down to second, and he holds at second. Score that either a single and 1 base error or a double. But either way, Brookline starting off with a runner in scoring position. Now batting the pitcher, number 6, Jack Martell. First pitch gets away from the catcher, and Siegel is going to take off for third. Prime scoring chance for Brookline now. Runner at third, and nobody out as Siegel advances to third on the wild pitch. Jack Martell has struggled offensively this season, 1 for 22 with 2 walks, a hit by pitch, and a run scored so far this season, but a big chance here. As this one comes in high for ball 2. A base hit, a fly ball deep enough in the outfield, potentially even a ground ball if Siegel dashes for home quickly enough. Pitch, Martell slices this one. This one's going to go out of play for strike 1. Two and 1, the count to Martell. Siegel leading off from third. That pitch misses outside, ball 3. One more ball, and that puts runners at the corners and gives Brookline a big threat to attempt a double steal with nobody out in the inning. And hard contact by Martell, fielded by the shortstop, holds the runner and throws to first, and just barely beats Martell to first. And that'll be out number 1. A great snag by the shortstop, Theo Daner. Siegel must have hesitated coming off from third, because that could have potentially scored him. Instead, 1 out, runner remains at third. Up to the plate comes the second baseman, number 8, Nady Kessler. First pitch, it's a high hopper, and it's going to be foul. Kessler, his last time up, he drew a walk and stole second, but was stranded at second, along with Siegel being stranded at third. They definitely want to avoid that same result here. Big swing and a miss from Kessler. And he's now in the hole at 0-2. 0-2 pitch. And that one misses low and away for ball 1. One-two pitch comes in high. That curve did not break. And it'll be a 2-2 count to Kessler. And now a defensive swing keeps Kessler alive. He gets a piece of it and sends it behind him. Count remains 2-2. Two and two, one out here in the top of the 4th. Tying run again, 90 feet from the plate. Can Brookline get the tying run home this time? Not on this pitch. Kessler goes down swinging. Now coming up, the catcher, number 1, Ben Doctoroff. Boston Latin now moving their infielders back as there's no longer... Oh, big crack of the bat from Doctoroff out to right, but the right fielder's under it for out number 3. Brookline gets a runner to third with nobody out, but cannot get a run across the plate. We head into the bottom of the 4th. The score still Boston Latin Academy 1, Brookline 0. This has got to be frustrating for the visitors so far. I mean, they are out-hitting Boston Latin right now. So far for Brookline, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 base hits for Brookline so far this game. They've put a runner at third base in each of the last 3 innings. Meanwhile, for Boston Latin, they've put a runner in scoring position, I believe, twice, and it's the same guy, Jacino. But he scored one of those times on a throwing error. In fact, oh my gosh, Brookline's got 5 hits, Boston Latin, 0. That's right, Jack Martell is working on a no-hitter so far through his first 3 innings of work, but he's trailing 1-0. Due up for Boston Latin will be the 4, 5, 6 hitters, Hampton, Brodney, and Ricard. First pitch to Mike Hampton. In there for strike 1. The Latin Academy first baseman last time up drew a walk, and this time fouls off to quickly go into an 0-2 hole. Strike 3. 3 quick strikes from Martell for another strikeout.
Keep on firing, be ahead of the count.
Between all the walks and strikeouts, there have only been 3 balls put in the field by Boston Latin hitters so far. Now first pitch to Brodney comes in high and inside for ball 1. The second baseman, number 11, Brodney, popped out to short his last time up. Now gets a piece of this one and sends it to the backstop for strike 1. Martell takes a timeout for a second, as does Brodney. And reaches out and pops this one up. It's going to stay in the infield. Rothman is under it for out number 2. Now with 2 down and the base is empty, up comes the designated hitter, number 12, Robbie Ricard. Ricard, his last time up, he struck out to lead off the 2nd inning. First pitch outside, ball 1. And that one catches the high end of the zone for strike 1. One and one, the count to Ricard. And that one catches the high corner as well for strike 2. One-two pitch. Misses just low and away for ball 2. That one's low as well for ball 3. Full count now to Ricard. This next pitch could be strikeout number 8, but it could also be walk number 4 for Martell so far tonight. Payoff pitch. And that's walk number 4.
All right, here we go, 6. You got this now.
Ricard gets the free pass. Now coming up, the left fielder, number 9, Ryan Shields. Oh, we've got a pinch hitter for Boston Latin, number 7, Sergio Gonzalez, coming in for Shields. First pitch in there for strike 1.
Nice job, Jack. Nice job, Jack.
This one comes in low for ball 1. Now the 1-1. Throw to first. Not in time. And that'll be high and outside for ball 2 to Gonzalez. Ricard leading off from first. 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th. Pitch, swing and a miss. That's going to be strike 2.
Here we go, 6. Go after him now, 6. Go after him.
Two pitch. Misses just outside. Ball 3. Martell was trying to catch the corner on that one, but just narrowly missed. Full count, 2 outs. Runners going on the pitch. Payoff pitch. Strike 3. That time just a little more inside, and he catches that outside corner for his 8th strikeout of the day. He's averaging 2 an inning. Through 4 innings, the score, the Boston Latin Academy Dragons 1, the Brookline Warriors 0. It'll be back to the top of the order for Brookline with Sawada, Rothman, and Villa. But in the meantime, as we're here at this 4th intermission, I'd like to take a moment to do a local charity spotlight. And we got a new charity today, the Brookline Education Foundation. The Brookline Education Foundation raises funds to help promote growth and innovation among Brookline educators, growth that can then be passed on to the children of this community. For over 40 years, this foundation has given out a variety of grants across the educational landscape. These include Idea Lab grants for teachers that want to present their students with new and exciting projects, and teacher grants for educators that want to further develop their own skills to bring to the classroom. Many initiatives which have become staples in the public schools of Brookline started as BEF grants. They support literacy education training, new methods in STEM education, project-based learning, mentoring of new principals and superintendents, and collaborative work around diversity, equity, and inclusion, just to name a few. Visit brooklinefoundation.org or call 617-232-3846 to find out how you can help support our town's educators and, through them, our students. Once again, that's brooklinefoundation.org or call 617-232-3846. And remember, as always, you can find all the information you need about our local charity spotlight in the description section of this video. And if you know of any other local charities that you think deserve a spotlight, feel free to reach out to me. My email address can be found in the bottom right corner of your screen. Leading off for Brookline here in the top of the fifth will be the third baseman, number 5, Keenan Sawada. He shows bunt, lays it down the third base line. If this stays fair, that's going to be a single. Sawada dives in almost unnecessarily. He gets the bunt single. His first base hit in over 2 weeks, and it comes from a bunt. Brilliant placement by Keenan Sawada as he wheels his way down to first for a leadoff hit. Now at the plate, the first baseman, number 10, Eli Rothman. Way to go, Keenan. Way to get started. First pitch, Sawada takes off. Rothman shows bunt, but only gets a piece of it, and Sawada's going to have to go back. Brookline bringing out the bunting squad here, as we got a bunt single followed up with an attempted sac bunt. But if Rothman's going to do it, he needs to get it down and in play before he gets 2 strikes. Sawada at first. Takes off again. This time Rothman swings. That's going to go into right center for a hit. Sawada's going to round second and go for third. And Sawada holds at third. Runners on the corners with nobody out. Rothman now 2 for 3 today. Big, big, big chance for Brookline, but they've seen this movie before. They've put a runner at third in each of the past 3 innings, but have failed to get any of them home. But they're now heading to the meat of their lineup with runners on the corners. A meeting at the mound with Jacino. Keenan Sawada now the potential tying run at third. Eli Rothman the potential go-ahead run at first. Oh, we've got a correction for me on pronunciation, courtesy of Matt Brennan in the live chat. It's Shapiro, not Shapiro. Thank you for the correction. Thank you for the correction, Matt. I really appreciate it. You know, I always say I want to give these young student athletes the best possible coverage I can. And part of that, to me, involves saying their names accurately. In the meantime, with runners on the corners and nobody out, up comes the left fielder, number 7, Daniel Poncho Villa. And Jacino steps off the rubber. Villa so far today 1 for 2, had a single back in the first but struck out in the third. Rothman takes off on the first pitch. It skips away from the catcher, but rebounds right back to him off of that concrete backstop. Rothman gets the steal, and that's now runners at second and third with nobody out. But Brookline has got to put the ball in play, and they've got to put it in a spot where Sawada can come home if they're going to tie this ball game. But a base hit to the outfield could score 2 and flip the script. The pitch misses outside, ball 2 to Villa. Two and 0 the count. Jacino sets. That pitch also curves out for ball 3. 3-0 the count. Pitch down Broadway for strike 1. A 3-1 count now to Villa. Sawada at third, Rothman at second. Pitch, and he slices it foul for strike 2. A full count now to Villa.
If you're going to sell your soul, get more than one round.
3-2. Nobody out, runners at second and third in a 1-run ball game. Makes contact, it's a high bouncer to second, and he's just gonna throw him out at first, and that is going to tie this ball game. A simple RBI ground out after everything that's happened. Finally, Brookline gets a run in, and they've still got a runner at third with 1 out. Now the go-ahead run stands at third, and up to the plate comes the center fielder, number 18, Matt Richardson. First pitch comes in low for ball 1. Richardson so far today 1 for 2. He hit that weird double out of play into left field, but was left stranded at second. Now a big chance to bring in a run here if he can get another ball to the outfield. That one in there for strike 1. This pitch misses outside. That's going to be ball 2. Now the 2-1. That comes in high for ball 3. We could potentially have runners on the corners again if Richardson draws one more ball. We'll see what Jacino does with the 3-1 pitch. And Richardson golfs this one out into the outfield. Rothman's tagging up. The right fielder is under it. He's got the catch. Rothman coming in for home. Throw is way off the mark, and Rothman dives in safe. The right fielder made it exciting, but ultimately the throw was just off the mark, and Shapiro had to try and dive that one back in, and he couldn't. Rothman comes across the plate, and Brookline takes the lead. A pair of sacrifice plays bring in the 2 runs they need to go up. Now at the plate, the designated hitter, number 24, Connor Jernigan. First pitch in there for strike 1. So it's an RBI ground out for Daniel Villa and a sac fly to right for Matt Richardson. That brings in Sawada and Rothman for the 2 runs needed. Jernigan, a hard hit. It goes through the gap and into left for a single.
Hey, stay back on it. Stay back on it now. Nice job, Connor.
Brookline still hitting. And now they're going to have a pinch runner for their DH. This is going to be number 13, Nico Hart. Brookline trying to go for broke here. Now at the plate is the right fielder, number 20, Harrison Siegel. Siegel 2 for 2 so far today. He's been having a very good day at the plate. Can he keep that going here? Hart takes off on the first pitch, comes in low. Hart slipped and fell. He has to run back to first. He might have made it anyways. The throw skipped into center field. What a zany play that was. The pitch itself was a ball, so it's a 1-0 count to Siegel. Hart still taking a lead off from first, and now they throw back to check on him. He dives back safely. That's one of those things about a steal attempt. It can be hard to make that attempt twice because now the defense is looking for it. Siegel showing bunt, pulls back, and the pitch skips away. Hart was taking off anyway, and he gets the steal. Interesting strategy to fake the bunt, as it were. Anyway, now a 2-0 count to Siegel with a runner in scoring position. His third base hit could bring in a run as he fouls this one off for strike one.
Hey, earlier now.
2-1 the count. Siegel 2 for 2 at the plate so far today. He's hoping he can go 3 for 3 and bring in a run.
Hey, no dropping.
And he skies this one. Is this going to stay in play? No.
Hey, watch the braking now. Stay back.
So that'll simply be strike 2 to Siegel. That one looked like it could have ended the inning, but instead, the at-bat continues.
Let's go, H. Stay back on the braking now.
2-2 the count. Hart, the pinch runner, at second. 2 down here in the top of the 5th. And swing and a miss. Siegel goes down swinging, and that ends the top of the 5th inning. But not before Brookline hangs a couple on the board. And for the first time today, gives Martell a lead to work with on the mound. You know, after all the flashy plays Brookline has put on what's been a pretty strong overall hitting day, of all things, it's a ground out and a sac fly that bring in the 2 runs. You know, that's just the way baseball goes sometimes. Due up for Boston Latin, it'll be the 8-9-1 hitters, Isberg, Daner, and Jack Shapiro. Jack Martell returning to the mound for his 5th inning of work. Now for the first time with a lead. Leading off for the Dragons here in the bottom of the 5th will be the center fielder, number 2, Drew Isberg. First pitch catches him chasing high for strike 1. Isberg, his last time up, he struck out to end the 2nd inning. That was one of 8 strikeouts so far today for Martell. As again, he's coming out throwing strikes. 0-2 now, the count to Isberg. Almost caught him chasing on that high one, but this time he checks, and that'll be ball 1.
Let's go, Jack.
Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 9 for Jack Martell. The dominance on the mound from the co-captain continues. And now coming up to the plate, the shortstop, number 15, Theo Daner. First pitch in there for strike 1. Daner, his last time at the plate, he struck out to lead off the 3rd inning. As this one misses low and away for ball 1. Daner had a nice play in the field back in the 4th to hold Harrison Siegel at first on a ground out as he swings and misses on that one for strike 2. You know, got to recognize the good defensive plays in a game like this. 2-1 the score. 1-2 now the count to Daner. That one just misses for ball 2. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 10. Now we cycle back around to the top of the order. The catcher, number 10, Jack Shapiro. First pitch, he hits a grounder over to 3rd, fielded by Sawada, thrown to 1st, and he's out. Shapiro brought the hustle, but could not beat the throw. They go down in order. Martell dealing with a lead now. And through 5, the score, Brookline 2, Boston Latin 1. And in fact, Martell is going to lead off the next inning to help his own cause. 10 strikeouts. Only 1 run allowed, and it came on a throwing error. So in terms of his pitching performance, that goes down as an unearned run. And 4 walks, granted, if you're going to talk about anything negative about this pitching performance thus far. And dare I say it, with 2 innings left, do I dare say how many hits Martell has allowed so far? 10 Ks. So 10 strikeouts, 4 walks, 1 unearned run, and a 0 in another column that I'm not going to say. As we head into the top of the 6th inning. It'll be Martell, Kessler, and Doctoroff, the 7, 8, 9 hitters, coming to the plate here in the top of the 6th. As Orlando Giacino returns to the mound, he's been having a strong outing so far. He's been doing very good at stranding runners in scoring position. But last inning, 2 runs did come across and have so far given Brookline the lead. Leading off, the pitcher, number 6, Jack Martell. First pitch, catches the high corner for strike 1. It's been a relatively high strike zone with this umpire, but, you know, overall still been calling those high strikes fairly consistently. That pitch comes in outside for ball 1. Martell, his last time up, grounded out to short, and a nice play by Theo Daner held the runner at third, prevented Brookline from tying the game in that inning. So he's 0 for 2 so far as that hits him in the head. He ducked to avoid the pitch, and it curved in and still hit him in the head. He takes it in stride as he goes down to first on the hit by pitch. Now the question is, do they call for a pinch runner for their pitcher to try and keep his legs fresh, or, oh, we're going to see a pinch hitter actually. Coming in for Kessler at the plate is going to be number 16, Jake Levin. Martell leading off from first. Pitch to Levin. He shows bunt, but sends it foul for strike 1. Levin so far this season batting 3 for 13 with 4 walks, 2 steals, 2 runs scored, and 2 RBI. A slash line of 231, 412, 231. He pinch hits here for Nady Kessler and faces an 0-1 count with Martell at first base. Now the pitch, he shows bunt, drops it in fair this time, but no, it rolls back foul. Heads up play by Shapiro, took a bit of a risk there, but he saw the back spin on the ball and decided to just let it roll foul. Martell still at first, 0-2, now the count to Levin. Swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike 3.
All right, don't worry. Here we go, Ben.
Levin goes down on strikes, and so that'll be 1 out. And up comes the catcher, number 1, Ben Doctoroff. He's showing bunt. Martell simply takes off, pitches in for a strike. Martell slides in safely with the steal. So that pitch was in there for strike 1 to Doctoroff. But Martell does get the steal, and that is his first stolen base of the season. Doctoroff now hits a grounder over to short, fielded by Daner, thrown to first for out number 2. Martell does advance down to third on the ground out. So now a runner at third with 2 down. And up comes the third baseman, number 5, Keenan Sawada. Last time up, Sawada got the bunt single and later came in to score. He's now got a potential insurance run coming in at third as he takes the first pitch high for ball 1. So Sawada 1 for 3 with a run scored so far today. That pitch misses, ball 2. Martell at third, 2 down here in the top of the 6th. Martell dancing off from third. The pitch also misses. Ball 3. A 3-0 count to Sawada. That pitch catches the inside corner for strike 1. A 3-1 count. And that one misses. He started jogging even before the pitch came in.
Nice job, Cannon. Nice job. Way to get on.
So Sawada trots down to first with his team-leading 10th walk of the season. And now with runners on the corners and 2 down, up comes the first baseman, number 10, Eli Rothman. Sawada takes off on the first pitch, misses outside, and they just let Sawada go to second. Rothman 2 for 3 so far today with a run scored as he takes that one for strike 1. He's been hitting very well so far today. He's now got a 1-1 count, runners at second and third. Jacino steps off the rubber. Again, just yesterday, Rothman went 0 for 3, struck out all 3 times. Now he's put the ball in play all 3 times and is 2 for 3, and he scored the critical go-ahead run last inning. Now he fouls this one off for strike 2. One and 2, the count to Rothman. Martell at third, Sawada at second. Now the pitch. That one misses, ball 2. Was looking for that one to curve into the zone and fool him, but just didn't have enough curve. 2 and 2 now the count. Timeout called. Rothman back in the box. 2-2 pitch. Misses outside, ball 3. A walk would load the bases. A strike would end the inning. A base hit could bring in 2. Payoff pitch. Swung on and connected. If this drops, fair. They said fair! It's fair! 2 runs coming in. Rothman going down to second. They called a ground rule double. Eli Rothman drives in both Martell and Sawada. Brookline doubles its run total as Rothman delivers his 3rd hit of the day and first extra base hit of the season. A ground rule double as it went out of play, and he gets 2 RBIs on that one for both Martell and Sawada. Great hit. Even as I watched it, I was like, which side of the line did that drop on? But the umps called it fair. And now with a runner at second and 2 down, up comes the left fielder, number 7, Daniel Villa. The wild pitch, Rothman heads down to third. What a spectacular hitting day for Eli Rothman. 3 for 4 with a double, a run scored, and 2 RBI. This pitch in there for strike 1 to Villa. Villa, his last time up, he got the game-tying RBI ground out to second, driving in Sawada last inning. That one, he gets a piece of it, but not fully, and that'll be strike 2. Man, I just hope my camera caught where Rothman's hit landed, because I had to turn it like almost towards facing me. 1-2 the count to Villa, as this one comes in high for ball 2. Rothman, after his 2-run ground rule double, standing at third. And that's strike 3, catches the corner. Villa goes down looking. And that ends the top of the 6th. But an explosive hit by the co-captain Eli Rothman doubles the scoring output for Brookline, as they now lead Boston Latin by 3, 4-1. Due up for Boston Latin will be Orlando Giacino, Brennan Shapiro, and Mike Hampton. So both co-captains really balling out today. Jack Martell has been stellar on the mound. Eli Rothman has been great with his bat. And you know a team is going to rally once their veteran leaders start balling out like this. You know, because when they get like this, they're just conductors on the train, and it's just all aboard. 4-1 the Brookline lead as we get into the bottom of the 6th inning. Jack Martell back on the mound for his 6th inning of work. Leading off, the pitcher, number 5, Orlando Giacino. First pitch is a swing and a miss for strike 1. Giacino scored Boston Latin's only run on a throwing error on an attempted pickoff all the way back in the 1st inning. He is 0 for 0 so far today with 2 walks. But he swings and misses at that one, strike 2. Martell has failed to find the strike zone consistently against this guy up until now. A quick 0-2 count. Strike 3!
Nice job, Jack.
11 strikeouts so far for Jack Martell. Now coming to the plate, the right fielder, number 13, Brennan Shapiro. First pitch misses inside for ball 1. Shapiro, his last time up, he popped out to third to end the 3rd inning. This time he gets a hard rip, and that's going to go up the middle for the first base hit of the game for Boston Latin.
Nice job, 1-3. Here we go. Here we go. 6 now. It's all you.
So the no-hitter now off the table for Martell, but still a dominant pitching outing so far. Shapiro takes off on the first pitch. It's outside for a ball. And Shapiro slides in safely, possibly because Kessler dropped the ball. Hard to say. Stepping back into the box is the first baseman, number 17, Mike Hampton. And he cracks this one out to right center, and that's going to drop. Richardson chases it down, rifles it back into the infield, and limits Hampton to a long single. The bat's starting to get going for Boston Latin here in the bottom of the 6th. Hampton at first, Brennan Shapiro at third. Now coming to the plate, the second baseman, number 11, Eddie Brodney. And they're going to have a pinch runner for Hampton. This is number 3, Chase Dunker.
Here we go now.
Now Martell stares in at Brodney. Throws back to first. Dunker's dive almost didn't get him back to the bag. He had to squirm a little bit to reach back to the bag, but did get back safely. Timeout now called by Doctoroff as he calls for a signal. Possibly a signal discussing what they do if and when Dunker steals second. First pitch in there for strike 1 to Brodney. Doctoroff hopped up thinking he might go for a pickoff, but runners all staying close to the bags. Now the runner takes off, and they throw back to third. Almost got him, but not quite.
Nice try, Ben. Nice try. Good job, Keenan.
It was a good throw, but not good enough.
Nice job, Keenan. Nice job, Ben.
Is that a strike or a ball?
I don't know. Was that a strike or ball? I don't know that one.
And not sure if the pitch was a ball or a strike. I'll just look for the umpire's signal as Brodney golfs this one into foul territory. Sawada chasing it. Oh my gosh, he almost caught that one by the fence. Gets up okay. But boy, he made a play for that one. And it's either 0-2 or 1-2.
It's you and Ben now. Here we go.
Let's go, Jackie. Come on, bud.
And I heard 2 strikes, but I already knew that. I'm not sure if it's 1 or 0 balls as Martell steps off the rubber. A meeting with Doctoroff. 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Tying run is at the plate. Runners on second and third. Pitch comes in high. Another pickoff attempt. And again, just can't get back in time. And that was ball 1, so it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Brodney. And that one just misses for ball 2.
Look good, Jack. Here we go now.
2-2 the count to Brodney. 1 out. Runners second and third. Bottom of the 6th. 4-1 the score. And he cracks this one out into left. Villa with the catch. And he holds the runner. Quick throw back into the infield by Daniel Villa. Prevents the sacrifice fly. The runners hold at second and third. And now with 2 down, up comes the designated hitter, number 12, Robbie Ricard. First pitch, swung on a miss, strike 1. Another throw down to third. That one was kind of dangerous, but ultimately collected off the bounce by Sawada. Doctoroff wants that pickoff attempt bad, but Brookline's got to remember how they gave up that 1 run in the first place, and it was when they got too aggressive on the pickoff attempt. 0-1 pitch, makes contact, grounder right at Rothman. That's going to end the inning. Jack Martell gets himself out of the jam with no damage. Through 6, the score, Brookline 4, Boston Latin Academy 1.
Jesse, could you tell whether the guy was out at third on that first pickup?
I didn't know he was out there.
I'm gonna have to like blow up your channel because they
Yeah.
figured so.
I wanted Jack to go for the Here we go. Here we go, Connor. Here we go, Maddie.
He pitched great.
He's pitched phenomenal. Best game.
2 hits, 6 innings, 2 hits, 12 Ks.
2 hits, 4 walks, 11 Ks.
11 Ks.
Yeah, that was only the second inning so far today. He's gotten less than 2 Ks in an inning.
Consistent.
Because most of the time in Trevino said they don't. Peter Villa knows every single movie, everything. That's his whole life.
We now get ready for the top of the 7th inning. And I think we've got yes, we do have a new pitcher at the mound for Boston Latin. Trying to see if I can catch the jersey number. I think it's number 22. And that is Nuri Gutman. He takes over for Orlando Chacino, who pitched 6 innings, gave up 4 earned runs, and is currently on the hook for the loss, should the results not change in this next inning. Due up for Brookline will be the 4, 5, 6 hitters, Richardson, Jernigan, and Siegel. I like how in the live chat we got some friendly little jabs being traded back and forth between Brookline and BLA fans. You know, nothing wrong with that. As long as everybody stays, you know, cordial and everything, absolutely nothing wrong.
Here we go, Matt. Stay hot now.
And in the live chat from Eamon Bochelle, Pierce born and bred Eli, referring to the elementary school. Now leading off for Brookline, the center fielder, number 18, Matt Richardson. He takes ball 1 for the first pitch from Gutman. Richardson, his last time up, hit a sacrifice fly for the go-ahead RBI, as that pitch misses outside for ball 2. Before that, Richardson hit that weird double out to the left field plants, and before that, he grounded out to third. So 1 for 2 so far today with the double, the sac fly, and an RBI as he takes strike 1. Two-one pitch comes in high for ball 3. That pitch in there for strike 2, and Richardson's got a full count. He was taking that one all the way. Now the payoff pitch from Gutman. Big swing and a miss.
All fastballs. Be ready now. Here we go.
Richardson goes down on strikes to lead off the top of the 7th. And now coming up, the designated hitter, number 24, Connor Jernigan. First pitch, and he hits a grounder over to third. Well handled by Burns. And thrown, oh no, it's dropped. It's dropped by Hampton. And so Jernigan reaches on what I would score as an E3. Now, are they going to pinch run for Jernigan again, or are they going to let him run the bases himself? Now coming up for Brookline, the right fielder, number 20, Harrison Siegel. Siegel, his last time up, he struck out to end the 5th inning. Before that, he had a single and a one-base error in left in the 4th. And then before that, a single and a stolen base in the 2nd. So he's 2 for 3 so far today. And they do indeed pinch run for Jernigan. And I think we got a different pinch runner. This is number 3, Ryan Kravitz, as the first pitch to Siegel comes in high for ball 1. And a throw back to first. Kravitz gets back easily. Kravitz on the base paths, just 1 stolen base to his name actually so far this season. And that pitch is going to miss for ball 2 to Siegel. Now this pitch in there for strike 1, slightly juggled by the catcher, but Kravitz holds at first, so it'll be a 2-1 count to Siegel. This one misses for ball 3, so a 3-1 count. Now the 3-1 in there for a strike, and they fake the pickoff throw down to first. Kravitz does dive back, but ultimately the main result is that it's now a 3-2 count to Siegel. Now Kravitz takes off on the payoff pitch, and Siegel thought he had the walk, but instead he has the strikeout. Now back to the plate, the pitcher, number 6, Jack Martell. So Kravitz does get the stolen base on that strike 3, as Siegel very clearly thought he had ball 4. He tossed the bat. He thought he was going to get to trot down to first, but instead it was a called 3rd strike. Now Martell up to the plate. His last time up, he was hit by a pitch and later came in to score. He is 0 for 2 so far today, with that hit by pitch and run scored as he takes ball 1. 1-0 pitch. That one misses outside for ball 2. Now the 2-0 pitch. Martell hits a dribbler over to the pitcher. It's fielded, and Gutman slips, falls, cannot beat the throw to first.
Hey, that's all right. Let's go.
Doesn't matter how you get on. Doesn't matter how you get on.
All righty, here we go, Nady.
So now runners at first and third. And they're not going to pinch hit again. They're going right back to their starting second baseman, number 8, Nady Kessler. Martell at first. Kravitz, the pinch runner, at third. 2 down here in the top of the 7th. First pitch from Gutman, and it's sliced high. It looks like it's going to stay in play. Shapiro tracking it. He dropped it! Martell runs down to third and is thrown out. But Kravitz does come home. That will count as 1 run across the plate.
All right, boys, let's go.
That was something. So score that as reaches on an E2, Kravitz scores the run, and Martell is thrown out at third. That ends the top of the 7th. Brookline does add a single insurance run onto the board.
All right, relax, Jack.
And that'll make the score 5-1. We now get ready for the bottom of the 7th inning. Brookline leads by 4. Jack Martell back on the mound for his 7th inning, trying to go for the complete game win. Due up, it'll be the 7, 8, 9 hitters for Boston Latin Academy. That'll be Sergio Gonzalez, Drew Isberg, and Theo Daner.
Here we go, Jack. Here we go.
All right, buddy, let's go, Jack.
5-1 the Brookline lead. And actually, this is not the pinch hitter. They are going back to the original starter, Ryan Shields. So strike 1, and it seems to be the same situation with Brookline subbing Kessler out for Levin and then subbing Kessler back in. 0-1 pitch comes in high to Shields. And that'll be a 1-1 count. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. It's gotten a bit chilly out here at Garvey. Folks can see their breath out here, which is not something I expected to say in the middle of May, but welcome to New England. 1-2 pitch. Just misses outside, ball 2.
Here we go, Jack.
2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Make it 12 strikeouts today for Jack Martell. With that strikeout, Jack Martell now has 30 on the season. Now we have a pinch hitter. This is the pitcher who takes strike one. This is Gutman. As he cracks the bat out to left and foul for strike two. Sorry for the weirdness with the scoreboard. Trying to track that and my scorebook. So Gutman batting in place of Isberg, facing an 0-2 count, and that one misses ball for ball one. So my guess is they subbed out Isberg. They moved someone new out to center field, possibly Orlando Giacino, although he may have also moved to a different defensive spot. But either way, Gutman now bats for Isberg here with one out. And he faces a 1-2 count. Martell resets. 1-2 pitch. Makes hard contact, and that's going to drop fair in left field. Villa chasing it down and rifling it back into the infield. As that'll be a single to left for Nuri Gutman. And this might be the end. It is going to be the end of the night for Jack Martell. A well-deserved ovation from his teammates. What an outing. 6 1/3 innings. 1 unearned run, although he leaves an inherited runner. 3 hits, actually, after that hit by Gutman. 3 hits, 4 walks, 12 strikeouts. And now taking over to try and close the door for Brookline will be number 21, James Dialchund Erickson. Dialchund Erickson has been one of the more effective pitchers for Brookline this season, even though he only just recently got his first win in that Framingham game on Monday. This now marks his 7th appearance on the mound this season. 5 of those 7 have been in relief, which is a surprising combination with the fact that he leads the team in innings pitched so far this season with 25 plus. He's got a win-loss record of 1-3. He's given up 20 runs, 14 of them earned, on 27 hits, 15 walks, 2 hit-by pitches, and 17 strikeouts. He's got a 3.92 ERA, a 1.68 whip, and 4.76 strikeouts per 7. And he now takes the place of Martell, as I think we've got another pinch hitter up. And indeed we do. This is number 6, who takes the first pitch for strike 1. This is Henry Kanarakis, batting in place of Theo Daner. That one misses ball 1. Gutman leading off from first. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2.
James, one more. You got 2 on him, kid. Come on, buddy.
1-2 the count. That one misses outside for ball 2. That one's in there for strike 3. Dialchund Erickson picks up right where Martell left off with the K machine. And Brookline is now 1 out away from victory. Now batting the catcher, number 10, Jack Shapiro. First pitch in there, strike 1. Gutman still leading off from first. This pitch, he slices it. This might stay playable. No, it won't. Several fielders gave it a run, but that one went out of play, so that'll be a simple foul ball for strike 2 to Shapiro.
Go, James. One more, kid. Finish him off.
Nuri Gutman stands at first. Jack Shapiro at the plate. James Dialchand-Erickson on the mound, trying to close us out. 0-2 the count with 2 down here in the bottom of the 7th. Brookline holding a 5-1 lead over Boston Latin. Now the 0-2 pitch, and that was fouled off. A check swing foul. A potential strikeout there if Doctoroff was able to get his glove around that one, but he wasn't, so count will stay 0-2.
Keep firing strikes, kid.
Now the pitch, and he fouls it off again. Shapiro refusing to go quietly here.
Go, James.
Go, James.
Now the 0-2 just curves outside, ball 1. Dialchand-Erickson checks on the runner at first. Now the 1-2 misses again, ball 2.
Here we go, 2-1.
Swung on and missed, and that's the ball game.
Nice job,
Brookline wins. The final score here at Garvey Park. The Brookline High Warriors 5. The Boston Latin Academy Dragons 1. And this game was all about the co-captains for Brookline. Jack Martell, a spectacular showing on the mound. He goes 6 1/3 innings to collect the win, giving up 1 unearned run and striking out 12 in a masterful performance. And then on the other side of the ball, Eli Rothman going 3 for 4 with a ground rule double, scoring the go-ahead run and driving in a couple of big insurance runs on that huge ground rule double. What a day for the veteran leadership for Brookline.
Do you want all of us as parents to sign it?
I'm sure he'd love that.
Truly a spectacular performance from Brookline. And you know what? I'll say this. During pregame, I happened to walk past Martell, and I asked him, "You got a good performance coming for us on the mound today?" And he looked me in the eye and he chuckled and he said, "Oh, of course." He said, "For sure." And you know what? He delivered. He called his shot and he delivered. Thank you all so much for tuning in today. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Remember, check out the description section of the video for all the information you need about our newest charity spotlight, the Brookline Education Foundation. If you enjoyed the broadcast, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, stay up to date on all my upcoming live streams. We got boys volleyball against Cambridge Ringe tomorrow evening, and then baseball back at it Saturday afternoon at Needham. And remember, check out the bottom right corner of your screen for the URL to my personal website, jessesports.com. Find out about my about the services I provide and how you can commission those services for your favorite team or player. Below that, my email address if you have any direct questions for me. And below that, a link to my Instagram account where I post highlights from previous live streams. And I'll definitely have quite a few to pick from here in this one. the final score from here at Garvey Park. The Brookline Warriors 5, the Boston Latin Academy Dragons 1. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Thank you all for watching, and have a good night.